Ladies and Tinder users, Andy here, day 174 of the Inner Winner Show. This is going to be a very important episode for quite a few of you, so I want you to listen up. This is going to make a lot of you guys on Tinder, a lot of you guys who are using Tinder, feel a hell of a lot better about girls ignoring you or not replying to your messages. So for a long time, I've known, just through a lot of experience with women, I've known that a lot of girls just go on Tinder to kind of fuck around a little bit, or maybe they go on there, they meet one guy, as soon as they meet him, they delete the app. I've known this from talking to a hell of a lot of women about this, asking them, most girls who are on Tinder are not on there for a long period of time. They kind of just get in, find a guy, get out. Or some of them, it's just go on Tinder, muck around for a little bit, play with the app, and then leave. Now, all of you guys who are on Tinder, I want you to run this experiment, especially those of you, which is probably going to be all of you, who have a lot of girls not reply to your messages. So I've said this so many times in lots of podcasts, in articles, and to so many of my coaching clients, when people get upset and say I have 20 messages from girls and none of them have replied to me. Girls just don't reply to most of my messages. I say to you guys, yeah, that's normal. That's what happens with me. Now I can show you how to prove it to yourself. I've just figured out a way. I'm sitting down and recording this podcast because I've just figured it out of how you can prove to yourself that you're not necessarily being ignored by a lot of these girls. A lot of them literally aren't on Tinder anymore. They have deleted the app. So go through all of your messages. What I want you to do is start from the very bottom of all the girls on Tinder that you've messaged that haven't replied, or they just stopped replying or something like that. A lot of you guys get bummed out about that. This isn't, fair. This really sucks. I keep messaging girls and halfway through the conversation, they just stop. So start at the very bottom of your list on Tinder. Click on the first girl. I want you to click on her profile picture so it shows her proper profile. Once that is up on your screen, it'll be different for different versions of Android or iPhone or whatever, but there'll be 3 little dots at the top of the right-hand corner of the screen. And clicking that should show you 2 options. The first one will be share profile, and the second one will be report. This might not show up on the computer if you're using Tinder.com and you're logging in via your PC. This may not show up. It may only show up on phones. I haven't checked. So if you can't see it on the computer, go on your phone. So click that little share profile button. This will give you an option of where you want to share it. Just send a message to yourself or email it to yourself. It doesn't really matter. I just send it to my own phone number, I'm sending a message to myself. Because we want this link. This will give us a link. It'll send a link to yourself. And what we're going to do is we're going to click that link. So share the first girl's profile with yourself. And then I want you to go into wherever you messaged it. If you emailed yourself or you texted yourself, whatever, go into that, go receive that text and click on the link. It'll give you a link to that girl's profile. Click on that link. You're going to find a lot of the time, because I'm going to get you to do this with every girl on your list, or let's say you do this with 20 different girls who've stopped replying to you on Tinder. You're going to find a lot of the time when you click that link, I'm doing it right now. I'm literally reading out to you guys as I'm doing this. I've just clicked a link to a girl who stopped replying, and down the bottom of my screen, it says user not found. Even though I can still see her profile, I still have all the text messages. It looks like her profile is perfectly online, right? Tinder doesn't give you any warning that someone has deleted their profile. They just stop responding. I just went through the 10 girls. I just have 10 girls on my profile right now who've stopped replying. I just went through and 5 of them have deleted their account. Literally 5 of them have already deleted their account. And that's why they stopped fucking replying to me. I guarantee you guys, if you go through this and do 20, just do this experiment with 20 different girls that stopped replying to you, I guarantee half of them would have deleted their account. I'm telling you this because I want you guys to stop beating yourselves up, or stop feeling like you're a loser, or stop feeling like you're doing something wrong. Pause this podcast right fucking now and go and run this experiment. You should all be running to your phone right now to try this experiment. I want you guys to leave me a comment or send me an email, get into contact with me some way and tell me how this went for you. Most of you are going to find holy shit, I've already given this to a couple of my coaching clients and they've found the same thing. Holy shit, more than half of the girls who stopped replying had already deleted their account and I got no warning. Tinder doesn't tell you, fuck, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not a loser. this is just the way it goes. So guys, stop thinking that you're doing something wrong. Stop thinking there's something wrong with you. Girls are just on Tinder. Like, a lot of them are on there transiently. They're just on there for a little bit to fool around, have a bit of fun, and then they're going to sign off and delete the app and either go meet someone or just, give up on Tinder for a while. That's completely normal. I also want to really drill into you. This is another great example of why we have to play the numbers game. Yeah. If half of the girls that you talk to are going to delete the app, and I've run this experiment, I ran it earlier this morning. I did it on a bunch of different girls who've stopped replying within the last 24 hours. Like, I literally had a message a couple of hours ago from them, and it was something like 25% of them had deleted their account. As in, we were just texting a couple of hours ago, and they've since deleted their accounts. So this is absolutely why the numbers game is important. So many girls, especially on Tinder, are just there to mess around, or they've already found someone and they're going to delete the app, or they're just going to go on the first guy that invites them out on a date. And unfortunately, it wasn't you. That's just bad timing. That happens to me. That happens to all my other friends that get laid. That is absolutely completely normal. That most of the girls you message on Tinder will not end up meeting with you. Most of the girls you message on Tinder will stop replying or just will never reply in the first place. That is absolutely normal. People ask me all the time, how many girls do you actually meet up compared to how many you match? I can't give you the exact number, but let's say I need 20 matches or 30 matches to meet one girl. Let's just say that. That's probably that'd be in the right ballpark, because most of them just won't reply to me. I will send them a message, maybe they'll reply once or twice, and then they just fall off. And as I said, now that I've gone through my phone and done this experiment where I share the profile, click the link, and see that half of them have deleted their account, even I have to admit, that makes me feel a little bit better. Not that I'm sitting around getting hung up on this. It's hard to give a shit when you're already getting laid, right? I've been getting laid for years. I don't care that much. But I do now feel a tiny bit better because I'm wow, okay, fine. They're not ignoring me. It's nice to know you're not being ignored. They just deleted the fucking app. So go play this game or this experiment, you guys. Go do it right now. Send me an email, leave me a comment. I really want to get some feedback from you guys. I want you guys to tell me, let's collect a lot of data. I'm serious. I want you guys to email me and tell me. Go to killyourinnerloser.com/contact. And there's a contact form there. You can send me an email. Let's get the data together and really try and reassure. I'm trying to reassure you guys that you're not doing anything wrong. This is why we say you need to play the numbers game. This is why you need to talk to a lot of women, especially on Tinder, why you need to use booths and get a lot of matches and improve your pictures and keep working on yourself so you have a lot of women to talk to, because fucking half of them are going to delete the app when you're halfway through talking to them. So go run the experiment yourself. Make yourself feel better. I suspect for a lot of you, this is going to make you feel 1,000,000 times better, because this absolutely verifies what I have been saying to a lot of you for a long time now. You're not being ignored. Girls are just, swamped by other messages from 1,000,000 other guys on Tinder. And now we also can say, and they've probably deleted the fucking app. So go out there, play the numbers game, run this experiment, send me an email, and make yourselves feel a little better. You guys are all on the right path. If you're working on your self-improvement, if you're talking to as many girls as you can, you're on the right path. Don't beat yourself up if some of them ignore you. Just keep pushing forwards, and eventually you will get there. The best article that I've ever read on this topic was something the Good Looking Loser wrote called "Relax, You Will Eventually Get Pussy." I'll leave a link in the show notes below to that article, but that's the same concept that we're talking about here. Just relax, keep playing the numbers game, you're on the right path. Eventually, a girl will sleep with you. Girl will sleep.